You know those moments when you feel like you've kind of lost touch with who you really are? Well, that exact feeling, that's what's at the heart of Iain S. Thomas's poetry collection, The Truth of You. It's this powerful, but really gentle, reminder of our own stories, told through the universal language of love, loss, and self-discovery. And this line right here, this is basically the soul of the entire collection. It's not just a book of poetry, It's more like a letter written straight to you. It's a mirror, trying to show you a truth that maybe got lost in all the noise of everyday life. And he builds that connection right from the get-go. The book literally opens by talking to you, the reader. It's a promise, really, that inside these pages, you are not alone. You're going to be seen. So the whole book is set up like a journey, split into 3 parts. And it basically mirrors the entire arc of a really deep relationship. And not just with another person, but with yourself, too. We're going to start with that amazing feeling of new love, then we'll move into the sadness that often follows, and finally we'll get to the tough part, the healing. All right, so part 1. This is all about that breathtaking, super hopeful feeling of falling in love. You know that moment when the whole world just feels brand new because you're suddenly seeing it through someone else's eyes. And the way Thomas describes love here, it's just so beautiful. It's not this big, violent crash. It's a quiet, gentle transformation. Kind of like how snow falls in the middle of the night and just changes the whole world. It muffles all the old sounds and makes everything look completely, stunningly different. The poems in this first part are just filled with this feeling of quiet companionship. It's really about finding a home in another person. That sense that even when you're not together, just thinking about them can feel like a safe place, a sanctuary. But it's not all just comfort and safety. There's also this thrilling fragility to this new love. In one of the poems, he talks about it having wings, like it's so powerful it could just take off and vanish at any second, leaving you completely breathless. It's this wild mix of magnificence and, honestly, a little terrifying. And this is where it gets interesting, kind of paradoxical. In the middle of all this change, you end up having this powerful discovery of yourself. So it's not about losing who you are in someone else. It's actually about finding a more permanent, a more true version of me. It's this beautiful, solid certainty. Okay, so after those soaring heights of love, the journey takes a turn inward. The second section is called In Which We Are Sad. And yeah, it explores the grief, the looking inward, and that deep loneliness that can come after. The whole feel of the imagery changes. We go from solid wings to the delicate, scattered seeds of a dandelion. This metaphor, wow, it hits so hard for anyone who's ever felt like they're too much. The poems really dive into that feeling of being totally overwhelmed by your own emotions, by your sensitivity, and then apologizing for it. Apologizing for taking up space in a world that's always telling you to be smaller. And the visuals in this section, they're just haunting. You really see this deep sense of isolation, this ache for a home you just can't seem to find. You've got this sign that says, "Come home," but the person is separate, looking out a window. It just perfectly captures that intense search for belonging, for a place where you can finally feel understood. And right here, we get this raw desire for healing. We're past just sadness now. This is about feeling fundamentally broken. The image he uses of a heart as a shattered watch, it's perfect because it's not just about fixing a feeling. It's about trying to restore something absolutely essential to who you are. This is really the core of this whole section. It's about validating that very specific, sharp kind of loneliness you feel when you believe no one could possibly understand what's going on inside your head. And the poems, they act like this quiet voice whispering, "Hey, I know what that feels like. That's my story too." It's just an incredibly powerful way to make you feel seen, even in your most private sorrow. So what do we do when we feel that emptiness? Well, we chase things, right? And this image of running horses, it just captures that perfectly. The poems talk about how we go chasing after some kind of external goodness, anything to fill that void, just hoping it'll make us feel whole enough to hold ourselves together again. And that chase, it leads us right into the final, really painful act of this whole emotional journey. Part 3 is where we confront separation, heartbreak, and all the difficult stuff that comes after a connection gets broken. I mean, this is just devastatingly honest. It perfectly captures that moment in a relationship where, yeah, the love is still there, but the energy to keep fighting for it is just gone. It's not that you don't love them. It's this deep,
heartbreaking exhaustion. And the love itself becomes the reason you have to speak that painful truth.
The whole idea of driving is so central here. You're trying to move forward, right? But the past is always, always right there in the rearview mirror. There's a line in one poem that says, "You cannot outrun a broken heart." And that's it, isn't it? It's the perfect way to visualize that feeling of trying so hard to get away, but you just can't escape what you left behind. Hey, remember that whole idea of forever we talked about in the beginning? Well, here it is again, completely flipped on its head. This is the wisdom you only get through loss. That painful realization that beautiful moments don't last. The speaker's literally wishing they could go back in time and tell their past self to just hold on and cherish what they had. So, where does the healing even start? For the poet, it's through writing. It's like when you can't write the other person out of your story, the only thing you can do is try to write yourself out of the pain, to find your own story again, one line at a time. And all of this brings us to the really powerful conclusion. This is where the whole journey, the love, the sadness, the leaving, it all comes together to create the book's central unifying message. And this is the heart of everything. The truth isn't just the happy stuff, and it's not just the sad stuff either. It's all of it. It's the messy, contradictory, beautiful total of everything you've been through. The book is basically saying that your truth is beautiful because it's complicated and tragic, not in spite of it. So, at the end of the day, after this whole journey through love and sorrow, the book turns the question right back around to us. It leaves you thinking not just about the poems, but about your own story. So, what are the complicated, tragic, and beautiful parts that make up the truth of you?